Hey everybody, how you doing? We're back. The final hour of the day today. This is Thursday, October 28th, 2021. We have an hour to go, and we're here to see just what this market is going to deliver to us in the last hour of trading today. Been watching a few stocks here to see what they're kind of up to. You never know with this market. You start hot, you end cold. You start cold, you end hot. You are wishy-washy at the beginning of the day, and you stay wishy-washy at the end. You don't know. It's one of these. This is the market. The market is filled with human beings, believe it or not, and it's human beings that decide, whether the stock is hot or cold, or whether they want in or want out, or want in quickly, out quickly, in slowly, out slowly. It's all different. But let's take a look at some of our favorites here. Rocket Lab, we're having an okay day today. We're up 41 cents. I'll take that 10 days in a row. Thank you. We're up to 13.25. We got as high as 13.55 about an hour ago, just about 45 minutes ago. Stock had a nice little surge. May have yet another one. Maybe this is a precursor of what's to come. Volume 1.7 million. We're at 13.25, up 41 cents. The low was first thing this morning. First 10 minutes, 12.66. It went zzz, and it's come straight up, and it's now holding its own. So we're in much better shape on Rocket Lab. Would like more, of course. Sofi 1992. It's up 67 cents. It's been basically flatlining around this level, plus or minus 10 cents, for about 4 hours. We opened this morning at 1948. We got up to 2020 in the first hour and a half, and we're sitting around 20 bucks ever since. Up 67 cents, 11.3 million today. Not a heavy volume day for SoFi. We are used to more. Just remember to turn on my light. We're used to more than this, but this is okay. A lighter volume day, and we're up 68 cents. Recovery from yesterday's drop. I'll take it. It didn't take 25 million shares to get back 68 cents. It took 11 million shares of trading. Hey, and it's been here for hours. Gamestop 181.42. Very interesting day today. We were as low as 175.01 on the opening this morning. We got as high as 182.75. So that's a 775 gain for the best run from the low to high. 775 range. Not a big range today on GameStop. And we got up to that 182.75 level, backed off to looks like about 180. And now we're back to 181.34. Those of you writing 180 calls, I think you can still make money. I think you definitely can. We're going to see how this stock closes out today and then tomorrow morning. It's only worth $1.22 book value for those of you who have written contracts that die tomorrow. They're only worth $1.22 in real terms. And if you're rolling at $3 or whatever dollars, you're doing fine. There's a bit of time premium left, but it's quickly evaporating. And even if the shares tonight go back to 180, they might only be $1.50 tonight. There's some gains to be had here. Anyway, we'll watch this, of course, very closely. 1.3 million volume. Nothing to get excited about there. Not heavy volume at all. Matterport. What's up with Matterport today? It's had like it started quietly at about 1852. Low of the day was 1816. That was in the first 30 minutes. Just looked terrible. Then it got into this like 1888 to 1890 range, backed off to 1870. That was around 11 this morning, 11:30. Then around noon, it took a shot, went to 1926 and then went to 1930, backed off again until it bottomed out at 1899, just about half an hour ago. And now 1960, just 60 straight cents up. We're up $1.24 on Matterport. I'm a happy guy. I hope you're happy about this. 1957 right now on a volume of 2.1 million. And it says here, there's a headline that came up 5 hours ago. It says that Matterport 3D capture now freely available to more than 1 billion Android mobile devices. So that's the announcement. The company's being picked up somehow. The stock is definitely improving. I'm a happy guy. We're back close to the $20 neighborhood, which means that's right. You're going to be getting ready to write call options on Matterport in no time. Same with SoFi. You're at 1992. You're looking in the option territory now. You can start looking at writing call options on SoFi, now on Matterport. We love it. We're writing options on GameStop, obviously. let's see how we work out. Now, 23andMe, I'm not complaining about the stock today, but I'll comment that it is down 45 cents right now at 11.95. Am I upset that it's trading at 11.95 after having been at 7.50 a share a week and a half ago? No, I'm not. The stock does deserve a bit of a pause. It's traded 2.7 million shares today. The low was around 11 this morning when it reached 11.65. That was the low of the day. It came all the way back to hit a new high of 12.38. That was around 1 this afternoon. Right now, 11.95. I'm cutting it all the slack it deserves. This company is on a roll. They're going ahead with this lemonade takeover. They're being picked up by more media. I like it. This is just any dip here is a bargain, and long term, 15 to 20 bucks and higher is where we're going, and you're going to start writing options on 23andMe not too long from now. Now, Spire, try to figure this one out. We were down as low as $5.40 for the 52-week low about 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago. The shares then took a bit of a pop, as we know, got into the 6 level, touched 651 today at one point today. That was the opening, really, and it's been a slow, steady drop ever since. The last hour, we've been flatlining around this 580-90 range. The low today, 575. To me, this is just a bargain. This is just an opportunity to score this stock before you say goodbye to this stock. It's about to go. And 1.9 million volume. If the shorters are trying to hold it down, they're running into more leaks. It's like they're in behind a wall of water, and their dam is breaking, and they've got spouts of water leaks all over the place. They're running out of fingers and toes. Sooner or later, it's going to go, and the shares are going to go higher. 580 right now, 1.9 million today, over 2 million yesterday, 4 or 5 million the day before. The volume is coming in bit by bit by bit, and I think the shares are going to go higher. I just absolutely am convinced Spire is going higher. And this is your opportunity to scoop this stuff, buy the shares, pick up some long-term options that you missed out on. You noticed the option volume lately has been really weird. Unusual option activity, we like to say. That's definitely happening here. 580 a share on Spire. ATIP 274, flatlining pretty well all day. Look at this chart. It's just flat. Look at it. It's just flat up there. It's not going anywhere. Up a nickel, 800,000 shares, waiting for a new CEO. How hard is it to find a CEO for this company? It must be incredibly hard. Don't know what's going on. Smrt Rent, 1302, up 14 cents. That's the good news. Bad news is we were as high as 1358, and we're actually starting here. We went up to here, and now we're down to here. So it's kind of backed off. Still a gain of 15 cents on 300,000 shares. And of course, Goldman Sachs loves this company. $18 call. This stock will reach 15 to 18 in the not too distant future. But today, it's meandering along. This is what stocks do. They do not go right where we want them, when we want them. They meander along, and then whatever the reason, without you knowing it and without you being asked for permission, stock takes off on you and you missed it. So keep an eye on that. Smrt Rent, 1301 right now. Cyxtera up 2 cents to 982. I don't know what to make of it. There's no announcement officially. It's been a good week. This is last week here. This is this week here. It's not like it's moved incredibly. It was at 934. It was around 928 a week ago. The low, 866 on October the 6th was the low, 866. Now 982, so we're $1.20 higher. But it took over a week and a bit to do it. This has been now the last week and a half. This is a good run for the last week and a half. 194,000 shares today. That's all that's trading on this stuff. I'm telling you, something's cooking, and no one's talking, and someone's being told you can't talk. I think a lot of people have been told you can't speak publicly about anything right now. Keep your yap shut. Let us do a deal that we're working on. We're in negotiations. It's delicate times. There could be a stock deal involved here. Maybe there's a takeover involved where Cyxtera is buying somebody else and it's a cash and stock deal. And the stock can't be hyped right now, although the stock seems to be improving. It's just like 23andMe. Something's going on, and I cut them slack. Look, they went public at $10. It's at 9.82. Okay, that's where you went public. All right, okay, you're fine. I'm a patient man. I'm good. AMC's up 44 cents to only 35.20 a share. We were $44 a week ago. This is not looking good. Robinhood 35.46, up 2 cents. This is 40 something bucks last week too, and it's not looking good on Robinhood. It's ugly. Vanek Vector's up 412. That is looking good. 271. Home Depot holding around 371.50, down 76 cents, but it's kind of hanging around 371. IBM is up 21 cents. We're all waiting for this split to be done and the new stock to come out and then the street to react. I'm just waiting. The dividend is safe. The yield is good. You buy this stock, you're getting a yield of 5.2% on your money. You're safe on your dividend. It's a great dividend to enjoy, but this YBM stock is a disappointer. If you can buy calls out to next year, and you can buy 125s, 126s, 127s, 120. You can buy in the money 120s. You can buy in the money 110s with very little premium. Do it. Load up on this stuff. Yeah, I think you'll do all right. But I'll tell you, YBM makes it hard, doesn't it? They make it hard. They don't make it easy for us. The Dow is up 137 points. We got the S&P up 35. And we have NASDAQ up 182. And NASDAQ is the big winner today. A 1.2% gain on NASDAQ. The Dow's only up 0.4%. So the NASDAQ is doing triple the Dow as far as how well it's doing. It's doing 3 times better percentage-wise. S&P is up almost 0.8, so it's kind of in the middle of the two. Oil down 11 cents to 82.55. Now, winners on the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow, Microsoft up 19 cents. Apple, big winner, 368 gain with earnings coming out today. This is a 2% gain on the stock plus earnings coming out after the bell. Tesla up $33. That helps S&P 500, and it's helping NASDAQ. It's not helping the Dow. They're not part of the Dow, but Tesla's at 1,071. Now, a couple small stocks. Bed Bath & Beyond up 60 cents. BlackBerry up 14. They're doing well. Royal Caribbean up 57 cents at 84.06. A little better, but it's been higher and it's falling again. Goldman is up $1.81. It's helping the Dow. Now, Amazon is up $64 a share. This is the one that has been really doing well. Amazon, again, almost a 2% gain. Apple's doing better than Amazon. Apple's only up $3. It's doing better than Amazon. Percentage gains, Apple is winning. But Amazon is right there, a $64 gain right now. The shares are trading at $3,456. They got the $34.79. They were $23 higher than this. That was an $87 gain, well into 2+%. So Amazon is expecting, obviously the stock, people who own the stock, they're expecting a blowout earnings number after the bell, and on Apple as well. And this is why the NASDAQ index is up as much as it is, 1.17%, 179 points. The Dow is up 134 because, of course, Apple is part of the Dow. Amazon, I don't believe it is. And then S&P is up 34 points because both are part of that index. So that's where we have this going on. Now, Facebook has announced that they're going to change their name to something known as Meta, M-E-T-A. I call it a dumb move. I call it stupid. Why are you giving up on the name Facebook? Are you kidding me? They're going from the symbol FB to a symbol with 4 letters. Stupid. Another dumb move. I don't. They all have their reasons, and they get into their trillionaire status, and they're all like, full of themselves. Fine. They're calling it a rebranding. Okay, they're calling it a rebranding. Fine. The symbol is going to be MVRS. Stupid. Why don't you call your symbol META? Meta. It's the name of your company. Why can't your symbol be META? Is there another symbol already that it's used for? They don't call me for advice because just a guy in a condo in Palm Desert. What the hell does he know? This is stupid. The stock's up. I'll grant you that the stock's higher, but that doesn't This isn't going to last. The stock's at 322.90, fine. It got up to 325. Okay, fine. The PE multiple is 23. Fundamentally, the company is fine financially. It's fine, but changing the name and all, I justify it all you guys want. But you're known as Facebook. Google changed its name to Alphabet. Stupid, stupid. There's Google. There's Alphabet A and Alphabet B stock. Stupid. I call it Google. I mean, I'll always call it Google. That's what they are. We know them as Google. It's you're trying to deflect and stuff. It's stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's wasting my time and my brain energy. I have other things to worry about, like trying to make money in the markets, than playing games with your little imagery and all that. I don't know. Just an old guy ranting and raving. Kids, don't worry about it. It's okay. Mate, the most efficient title available, says Nicholas. How do you feel about this, Bruce? You got to stop holding back, Bruce. You've got to talk to us. Give us your thoughts. What's my take on Ford? I don't know if I have a take on Ford. I really haven't been paying attention to Ford very, very, very carefully. GM and Ford. I mean, there's talk here about that GM and Ford are going to kick butt against Tesla, and they're going to drive Tesla down and blah blah blah. You know what, kids? I went for a car ride to Phoenix last weekend. Excuse me. Took Jennifer and met our daughter at the airport in Phoenix. We took a Tesla to Arizona last week, and we had to stop the car in a place called Quartzsite, which is about halfway between here and Phoenix. And I got to tell you, really handy. You come off the exchange, come off the highway, over the bridge to the other side of the highway, to the north side of the highway, and there's a Carl's Jr. And right beside the Carl's Jr. is this massive, big, many superchargers, 35 of them or 30 of them. You plug your car in, it's Tesla supercharger only. You plug your car into the Tesla supercharger and you're noticing the mileage being piled into your battery. Now, we're renting a Model 3 with one engine, rear wheel drive. It's the standard range car. It's the base Tesla of Teslas. This sucker was accepting battery charge of 650 miles an hour. 650 miles of range per hour was how much electricity was pouring into that battery in the first 10 minutes. It was incredible. We were out of there in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We were out of there with 200 plus miles of range, and we're gone. The battery can only hold 200 something miles anyway. But it was impressive to see that. I'm thinking about Ford, GM, Toyota, BMW, Benz. Where the hell are you going to get your car charged up? Where are you going? Where's your supercharger network, guys? Are you going to have to go to GM dealerships and Ford dealerships to get charged up? Are you available 24/7 to do it? What's the cost? How expensive is it going to be? I'm curious because Tesla has done the entire build out for the last decade. They have done this build out for certainly the last 8 years. And it's working. One of the high-end fashion malls in Phoenix, the Biltmore Fashion Mall, there's a supercharger station there. 24 stations, 24 superchargers, always being used. I mean, constantly. Tesla's coming and going all the time, and people seem very satisfied. They seem very happy. They're not mad having to do this or go there. They're quite happy getting their car charged up quickly. You want to put millions of EVs on the road, electrical vehicles on the road, you better have a superstructure set up for this. And I don't know if these guys have enough money because the billions that they got to pour into the technology to build them and then the billions to set up the structure, profit margins won't be any for Ford and GM for quite some time. They talk the talk, but they're not going to walk the walk. They are not going to have billions in profits coming into their car companies. It's going to be massive changes. Here's another thing to think about. The car dealerships, if you're a Ford dealer, you're a GM dealer, you got a problem. You know what your problem is? The problem is that the new cars and trucks coming out from your manufacturer, Ford and GM, they need a lot less maintenance. Teslas, what do you need to maintain on a Tesla? You don't have to change the carburetor. You don't have to change the electronic timing for ignition. You don't have to change mufflers. You don't have to change a lot of moving parts. I mean, there's just a lot fewer moving parts on a Tesla to maintain a Tesla. Sure, Tesla has mechanical things here and there and little glitches. Of course, all cars do. It's mechanical. But I'll tell you, the maintenance of a Tesla, oil changes, there are no oil changes. Brake jobs, virtually no brake jobs. The regenerative braking. So what I'm coming to with the Ford dealer and the GM dealer and the other dealers out there is that their cars that they're going to be selling will need a lot less maintenance. Those garages you have and all those mechanics you've got and all that equipment you've invested in to maintain gas-powered cars and diesel trucks and so on, these are going to start to depreciate. There's going to be fewer of them on the road. It might be a 3% drop per year, 2% drop for a long time. It might take a decade, but in 10, 15 years, you're down to half the number of vehicles, a quarter of the number of vehicles that you're maintaining now. And these new electric vehicles, they need 1/10 the maintenance. What is going to happen? There's going to be dealerships disappearing off the face of the earth for Ford and GM, just like gas stations. Those of you who are not my age, you don't know. But when I was 20 years old, 30 years old, there were gas stations at every major corner in every major town. Today, there are fewer and fewer gas stations out there. And the gas stations that are now left that are actually making any money are actually combination gas stations and corner stores. The 7-Elevens used to be their own little thing, and gas stations used to be their own little thing. Now they're combined. And so you have these gas stations that sell cigarettes, and they sell over-the-counter medications, and they sell ice cream, and they sell beer, and they sell bread, and they're not just gas stations anymore. And this is going to continue to cause more shrinkage in that business as well. A lot of real estate is going to be available on corners around North America because there's going to be that many fewer needed. We're going to need more superchargers, and I don't see necessarily gas stations converting into superchargers. I don't see that necessarily unless Mobil, Exxon cuts a deal with GM and Ford or something, and I have no idea. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars that have to be sunk in to this infrastructure thing, and I don't know if they've got the chutzpah to pull it off. I do not know. We'll see. We'll wait. I'll be around. We'll see what happens. Anyway, there you go, kids. My thoughts on some of this stuff. Hey, Bruce, I sold a GameStop 180 call for $230 expiring tomorrow. Should I wait till Friday afternoon or buy it now or roll it over? What do you think I should do? The stock's 182.13. So the contract is worth $2.13 at this moment in time on the stock. And I would wait. I would wait right now and not. You don't have to do anything today. I'd wait until tomorrow morning. Let's see what the stock wants to do. On the other hand, if the shares tonight, in the last 35, 40 minutes here, they want to back off to 180, you're back to zero book value. You might be down to 150, 110 on these contracts, and you could theoretically just buy them up if you want, or wait till tomorrow morning. And if the shares are 178.50 in the first half hour, these contracts might be sitting at 80 cents to $1, and you might just scoop them back and say, thank you. Or, of course, the other side of it is if the shares want to go to 183 and they want to go to 185 tomorrow morning, first thing, not to worry. Let them go to 185. You'll buy these back at around 5.25, 5.50, and you're now going to write 185's good for 2 or 3 weeks. You'll bring in more than 5.50. You'll bring in about $10, and you'll add $5 to your position and move up your exercise. So yeah, a rollover is in your future perhaps, or you're just going to buy these back on a dip and then get ready to write brand new contracts for next week, Friday, either 180s or 182.50s, 185s, or wherever the stock's going to go. No problem, JG. Well done. That courtside charging station kicks ass. I use it all the time. Generally catch the show while I'm waiting. Laughing out loud, says Adam. Let's see. Didn't Ford also have a huge EV fire recently? Wasn't a GM having problems with the Volt? They were having problems with the Volts, right? Drop EV will never work in mass production because they need to increase the grid, which they're not doing by going green. There's that issue. Fenville, JG, I sold 3 GameStop at 180 today for 330 as well. I will hold them until tomorrow. Usually Friday is a red day for GameStop. 181.79 right now is what the stock is. 181.44, so it's now only 181, only $1.44 in the money on these calls now. They're already dropping as we're speaking here, so keep an eye on this. Clay says, Fenville, don't pre-order a vehicle, especially a brand new Ford. There are definitely going to be issues that you will be beta testing. That's right. The first 2 years of Fords and GMs are going to be a nightmare. Going to be a nightmare. Going to be scary. Really wonder how that's going to work out. Michigan is exploring investing in the infrastructure at the state level. Fenville, Clay, well, $100 deposit and refundable, so I had to just take it for now. I like how to set up with that truck with bike rack, tool, bell, whistle, everything else. Kiwi, EV charging stations need to build canopies to keep customers dry when charging in the rain, and they need canopies with solar panels on top of it to provide you with shade, so you're sitting in a hot summer day, you're in shade getting charged up, and the sun is charging the charger up there. That's what the unit is doing in Scottsdale, the one at the center there. It's pretty smart. The Biltmore Fashion Center. Samuel, the Midwest is MI entered into agreement with. I'm not sure what all this means, but it sounds like there's some states joining up. All righty. If everyone had an EV tomorrow, the grid would fail. Yes, that's true. Sorry, it's fancy. But no one will have. Everyone will not have an EV tomorrow. That's also a reality. EV sales will be slow and gradual and steady, and it will take 15 years to 20 years to totally get an EV, what's the word I'm looking for? A full-blown fleet of EVs out there to the world at large. It's going to take 15, 20 years, which gives the grid time to do what it has to. Hence why the Biden people are saying, pass this bill so we can build the grid for the future. Hello, we're trying to do it. Anybody home? Sometimes you got to be Biff. Just sit in your vehicle. The volume is super high today, Spire. Maybe we see a gap again at the end of the day. You never know with what Spire might do. It's 588 right now. The low of the day, 575, 13% improvement on 2 million shares. EV is the future, and it's coming sooner than you think. The grid will adapt. I'm with you there. I believe it will too. These EVs will need solar panels incorporated into the design. Cars will, no, the amount of power you need to power a car can't be done on solar panels. But I believe that 90% of EV customers will be customers who, generally speaking, are replacing their city vehicle that they have now with this vehicle instead. And they will charge up at night at home. They will not charge up on the highway 90%. Only 10% of vehicles will charge up on the highway at charging stations. I think the remainder will charge up at home. And I think that's what Ford and GM are counting on. Tesla certainly has a vast majority of their Teslas charge up at home, I believe. Hey, Bruce, I normally don't write last day calls, but couldn't resist the rise on GameStop today. So I just sold a $180 covered call expiring tomorrow for $345. Happy to roll over if need be. There you go. There you have it. I think you're being offered something on a silver platter. It's $181.96. The contract's worth $1.96. You're writing for $345 just now. I think you're going to do very well. Look, if you can make $1.50 on it, just $150 by tomorrow for every one you've written, it's a free $150. It's a gift. Thank you for participating. Thanks for coming out. Maybe that's a week's groceries. Who knows? Yeah, if you can make $2 on them, or if you make $3 on them, or you make $3.45 on them, yeah, it's a gift. And for next week, Friday, same thing. If you can sell those for, you're selling, any of you guys selling those for $6-something bucks. I'm not sure what they're trading at, but I'm assuming. Great. Fantastic. Hi, Uncle Bruce. On covered calls, I wrote 3 of the $28 calls on Lucid for November 5, and now about $500 in the red on each contract. What should be my rollover strategy? A month out and 4 or 5 out of the money. Also, when should I roll? So you have it until November 5. So you've got another week. You have nothing to worry about. If the shares are higher, in theory, you could do a rollover now And I would just do a rollover at the money with the shares, wherever the shares are trading at. I would just write a call just ahead of the money, a buck or two, and go a couple of weeks out and take in more cash, lots more cash. And if the shares want to back off half the gain that they had today or over the next few days, you're going to score wonderfully on this deal. Otherwise, sit with what you got and let them peter out because next week Friday they die and they're only going to trade at book value at the very end. And keep an eye on that. Micro generation is the future. Good one, Dave. I believe in that too. That way, when people drive to work, the whole skin of the car will have to be made of solar panels like those fake road tiles. Well, like I say, there are vehicles that will have sort of miniature solar panels built into their roof systems, but I really don't know if they'll generate enough electricity to make it really worth anyone's while. But what I can see is at campuses, work campuses, where you have outdoor parking, you're going to have these sheltered parking areas with the the thing over your roof. Scott Coleman, thank you, Scott, for the donation on PayPal. That just hit, and I just saw it. You're awesome as always. Thank you so much. You might be in a campus where you have 1,000 cars of parking, and every car is underneath a shaded overhang thing, and that's covered in solar panels. They're also connected to the grid. And so they're generating solar energy to put into the grid, and then they also have power that they can take from the grid, and they may offer charging for vehicles while you're at work. And so that might be one of the perks of your employer. They're going to say, one of the perks is we're going to help you with financing on your EV, help get you an EV car. After 1 year of employment, we'll kick in. We'll do a lease for you, and the power for your vehicle is paid for by your employer out in that parking lot right there. That might attract a lot of employees. You never know. Let's see. Ratish drops, I don't have a mechanical engine background, but there's a problem using the device while charging batteries. Vatican charging stations need Tesla bots on roller skates serving fries, burgers and fries. I think Tesla should take over In-N-Out Burger. That's what I think they should do. Yeah, they'll make a killing. It's why you shouldn't use your cell phone while charging it. Reduces the life of the battery. Vash, you're telling me we're going to go through another Ford Pinto situation where if you sneeze on the dash of your E-Ford, the thing bursts into flames? No. Ritish, no problem. I have an electrical engineering background. Ritish, Uncle Bruce, people still can't afford EVs. Not many can drop 35 grand for the cheapest Tesla. I agree. I think that the cost of the cars are going to drop as more volumes are made. But for now and for the next decade, this is going to be a middle class and higher vehicle, not for the lowest users. I agree. I totally agree. But you got to start somewhere. Uncle Bruce, with 1,000 I made yesterday, I put down a reservation for the Cybertruck. Thank you. Way to go. Change always starts at the top of the pyramid, not bottom. EVs will continue to get cheaper. Exactly. Just like VCRs, just like DVD players, just like portable CD players. They were unbelievably expensive, and only the folks who had the money could afford it. And then as the weeks and the months and the years went by, the prices went down, and more of us could afford it. And then everybody had an EV. I remember microwaves. My parents wanted a microwave 2 years before they bought one. They finally bought one for $1,000, but they weren't paying $3,000 for their microwave. They paid $1,000. I bought the same microwave a year ago for $79.99. But admittedly, I bought it 30 years later after my parents bought their original microwave. So yes, they do come down. Hi, Bruce. I don't mean to be picky, but your lamp behind you is crooked. Well, we can't have that. What is this? I mean, come on. Crooked lamp? I mean, what is that all about? How's that? Is that any better? I don't know. Is that any better? How about that? Is that any better? I think that's better. Are we better off on that? It looks less crooked, do you think? But it's not mine. Okay, I'm just a renter here. Businesses will follow the money and chase EV dreams until they're realized. Adam, I'll be honest. I didn't buy a performance Tesla to save the world. I bought it because it's fun as hell to drive. Seriously, go test one of these. I agree. These are fun. These are really fun. There were numerous occasions where Jennifer and I were coming back from Phoenix to California, and we'd been on the highway for a couple hours, and we'd be in the passing lane, and we would catch up to a couple of cars in the passing lane that are just, limping along at 78 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour. And in the passenger lane up ahead is 3 or 4 transport trucks that are just meandering along. And these two guys are going to pass those 4 trucks sooner or later. But there's a gap. There's a gap between the front of the first car in the passing lane and the back of the truck in the passenger lane. Still, another 500 feet of gap. And I'd be coming along and I'd go, I'm not waiting for these guys. I'd go into the passenger lane, hit the gas. I wouldn't even have to floor it. I would just press the accelerator. And this car would just accelerate from 75 to 95, just like that. And I'd pass these two guys and I would swing back into the lane, passing lane, and come back to the 78, 79 mile an hour cruising speed I was at anyway, and leave those guys in the dust. How many times I did that on the way home were incredible. And in my regular gasoline car, I would never try it. My Hyundai Sonata, it's a quick little car, but it can't do that. No way. These guys, generally, you know what happens when you try to pass somebody on the inside. What do? They accelerate to stop you. They try to hold you up. When you're in a Tesla, no one can outdo you unless it's something really high performance. And usually these two cars are a minivan, they're an SUV, they're a pickup truck, or they're just the average gasoline cars. A piece of gâteau, piece of cake to pass these guys on the inside and zip in there and go. And you're not even near the back of the truck when you're doing it. Jen would go, you think you can do it? Oh, yeah, here we go. Zzz, zzz, zzz. We're gone. And it was wonderful. I love this car. So much fun and liberating to drive. There are areas in New Zealand where you have to plan your fuel stop, even with a petrol engine. A mass EV charging network is decades away. I love my V8. I hear you. It's not around. It's not going to be everywhere right away. It's going to take a long time. All right. Buy order in for Spire. It's $570 for 500 shares. I'm daring it to come down to me. I'm daring you to come down. Well, it's $589 right now. We're up 14 cents from the low of the day. We're still down 31 cents on Spire. We got 24 minutes to go, and we've traded for 2,040,000 shares. So Spire is where it's at. That's where it's at right now. GameStop, 182 even right now. Those contracts are worth $2 in book value right now, the 180s. And if you haven't written any contracts on GameStop, you might want to look at writing 182.50s. You might want to write 185s for tomorrow, expiring tomorrow. You might want to look at, or next week. Rocket Lab up 53 cents to 13.38. SoFi is at 19.90, up 65 cents. Matterport up 98 cents to 19.34. ME at 11.85, down 55. Spire 5.89, down 31. ATIP up 4.5 cents to 273.5. Smart Rent up 9 cents, 12.97. Sextera at 9.82, up 3 cents. AMC up 52 cents. Robinhood up a nickel. Vanik up 4.34. Home Depot down a buck. IBM up 13 cents. The Dow's up 166. S&P up 37. NASDAQ 195. Microsoft is up 53 cents to 323. We were at 295 a week ago. The earnings have come out. We're now 323, going higher. Apple 152.39, up 354 today. Tesla holding a $31 gain to 1,069. Bed Bath & Beyond up 64 to 14.31, still half of what it was a while back. BlackBerry 20 cents better at 10.78. Those stocks are still down there. Royal Caribbean up 38 cents to 83.87. We've got Goldman Sachs up $2.90 to $413.89. That is a recap of our favorites right now. Watching this market. Spire $5.89, up down 31 cents, but it has recovered from $5.75. It is 14 cents better off than it was. So instead of being down 45 cents, it's now down 31. But volume 2,040,000. We'll watch that towards the end of the day. Good news on ATIP. It's not under $1 yet. David, Uncle Bruce, I mentioned this earlier, but your advice more than paid for my dog's new $4,500 knee. Oh, what is this? And now, hang on a second. Got to get that back up there. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier, but your advice more than paid for my dog's new $4,500 knee. So you're my dog's favorite uncle now. Okay, very good. I'm happy to hear that. Ratish Cheddar didn't wish that evil on me. Does anyone here wait for confirmation on stocks before piling into positions? I'm not sure what this means. I had to choose one, Spire or ATIP. I picked Spire and will pick up ATIP next week, says Adam. Drops Family Garden. It'll be a combination of solar panels for charging stations and solar panels incorporated into the skin of the EV. Recently, some college students built an RV that runs and charges off its own solar. The thing that Jennifer and I also noticed as we were driving back and forth between the two, we noticed a massive solar farm in the middle of the desert, a massive solar farm. And we noticed power lines everywhere from this area. This is another area I can see really being developed as the years go forward. The California desert, the Arizona desert, oh my gosh, the amount of solar radiation coming down for free is incalculable, and the amount of electricity that could be generated could be massive. Mexico, the country of Mexico, could become a massive power generator if they wanted it to be. The amount of bare land where they can set up solar panels, my God, it's going to be unbelievable. Nuclear, don't need it. You got this star up there that just shines so high up. Power available if only you learn how to harvest it. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, uncovered calls. When the stock rallies upside, gains beyond strike are severely limited, aren't they? Is one basically in hot water by writing covered calls and the stock rallies much beyond the strike price? No, you're fine. The key here for writing covered calls is if you write a call and the stock goes up on you, and you're now in the money, and the call is a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks away from expiring, and you want to do a rollover, they're easily done. There's no magic to it. You buy back your old call and write a new one that's longer in life and higher in strike price. Again, right at the market or about the market. And you keep doing these rollovers. You do a second one, a third one, a fourth one. You just keep doing it. Sooner or later, stocks plateau. They all plateau out. And sometimes the time of a plateau, like the stock will go up, and then flat for like a month or two. That plateau right there, that 1 or 2 months, makes you all your money. Because the last contract you wrote at that high level, now that contract just crashes. It just depreciates as the time goes by, as the clock keeps running, your little wristwatch. These contracts just crash out to zero, or they lose 80% of their value, 90%, and it all comes to you. In the meantime, of course, if a stock does plateau and then fades a little bit, and that's not unusual. I mean, look at ME today. ME's had a good run the last week. It's off 49 cents. That's a fade. We have a fade here. If you wrote a $13 call this morning on ME when it had its run, it's faded 50 cents. But if the fade lasts 2 or 3, 4 weeks, which again, a stock running up for 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, could have a 1 or 2 week fade and a slight pullback. This is an opportunity, a license to steal money from option players. It's massively profitable for you. You just have to be writing your rollovers and take advantage of it. Beneville Cheddar, which confirmation? Usually the stock is moving way too fast to think logically. I usually jump in first and then can sit back and think later. Ratish, I picked up ATIP instead of I keep averaging down. Let's see. What else is going on here? Let's see. The fact that I'm a day trader, I'm in and out all day long. Let's see. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I picked up an ME 750 call expiring December 17 for $225. So you bought an ME 750 call, and the stock now is $11.90. All right. Would it be smarter to sell it soon, to wait closer to expiry, or wait? Oh, sorry. Should I sell it now or wait closer, considering the eccentric time value involved? Well, okay. The contract at about $12 a share, you're $4.50 in the money, and you have time value. Premium, right? You've got a December contract. This is October 28th, so you still have about 5-6 weeks to go. You will lose time value, but the most of the value of your contract right now is book value. That's really what it is. Probably 80% of your contract is book value. If ME pops to $12.50, $13 next week, you will move up probably 80% of the value of your contract will move up with respect to the stock. Stock goes up $1, your contract will go up 80 cents. Very little time premium will be left by the time you reach $6 book value, $7 book value. It'll all be book value, no time value at all. So you can at any time roll out, sell this call and buy into April's if you want to keep going. Pick off $10 Aprils that are in the money right now, but they're not 750s, they're 10s. You might be able to go from what you have now to more contracts. You might be in a better position. Otherwise, you sell the contract and put all the cash into stock itself, trying to get to 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, get ready to write contracts. You might be wanting to do that. Let's see. What else is going on? You seem pretty tall, that lamp. That lamp is only 2 feet off the ground. That you guys just don't get it. This is an optical illusion. That lamp is very low. Anyway, what can I say? Your lamp kind of looks like a lamp from the Christmas Story. It's fragile. Interesting. $16 SoFi calls expiring tomorrow. Take the money, roll, or exercise. It's up to you, Mr. Seneca. What's your game plan? What is it you want? I'd be selling. I'd be taking the money for sure. At the very least, you take the money and then you decide what to do with it later. You can always play that game too. Up to you. Let's see what else is going. I wish Spire would stop dropping. I keep buying more of this stuff. Let's see. What do we got? 24 minutes to go. Is it right? No, 14 minutes to go, and then we're closed. Rocket Lab's up 55 cents. We're trading now at $13.39. SoFi at $19.82. GameStop 181.63. The contracts are worth $1.63 now. Matterport 19.22, up 86 cents. ME down 52 at 11.88. A little better. Spire 586, 11 cents higher than the low. A little weaker at the end here. ATIP 272 up 3 cents. Smrt Rent 12.97 up 9 cents. And Sextera unchanged at 9.79. The Dow up 163 points. Apple up 336. And Royal Caribbean up 34. Goldman up 264. That's where we're at here. Coming into the bell in a little bit. I cannot believe what's going on with Spire for the business that they're in. It's like Amazon were dropping in half. Again, there you have it. Auntie says, take the money. I think the shorts are giving up on Bruce and Keith's stocks. Scooped some intel on the dip. There you go. I'd like to see institutional investors come into Spire, but I bet they talk to each other. I picked up 10 Apple calls, 155 on the dip pre-earnings. No, I have a bit of buyer's remorse. Okay. The build quality of Tesla makes me cringe. The technology isn't there yet, says Sell My House. Rudy, you should start your own channel to discuss EV companies. This is a stock markets channel, says Rudy to Drops. Nuclear, don't need it. What? Mike, I'll stick with my Germans for now. Uncle Bruce for president. Let's see. Nelson, calm down, says Adam. Adam for vice president. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What else is going on? He's streaming from a dollhouse. Let's see. Is anyone selling their calls when Spire spikes, then buying them again when the price action goes below 5? Anyone doing that? For your courses, Uncle Bruce, do you recommend going in sequential order or jump around is fine? A jump around is fine, but up to you. If you watch them in order, you'll hear me refer to previous lessons from time to time. But generally speaking, you're good. Whatever you want. Bruce, I bought January 2023 1250 calls on ME for $1.70. So ME 1250 calls just out of the money here for $1.70 for January. Okay. They're currently at 310. Would you take the profit or let it ride since I have over a year left? I let her ride. Yeah, I let her ride. Honest Harry, I'd let it ride. Yeah, you're in there for a good return here. 100% let that ride. You have so much time. Out of time, but I'm not here most since I'm a day trader. Good evening, fellow simpletons, says Socius. Looks like this morning's show title has fizzled out into nothing. Bruce doesn't know what he's talking about. He said the short squeeze is on Spire, and it's a 582. He's a liar. I try. I think it's still on. I really do. I think there's a battle brewing. The shorts are trying to hold it down, and the longs are patiently picking it up. That's my thing. In a past career, I built miniature houses for Huggies diaper commercials. Bruce is broadcasting from that studio. That's what's going on. See, there it is. Damn, the dollhouse joke beat me to it. Bruce, when are you going to start showing us the secrets of magic? I have no idea what's going on here. I did some reading on Spire, and it sounds like they're looking into blockchain technology with their satellites. Has anyone read about this? If it's true, it could be huge. I agree. I think these guys are into cloud computing, space cloud computing between satellites. I think there's something huge happening here, and this stock is just, yeah, these are the good old days down the road. Can't believe you lied to us, Bruce. I can't believe it. I'm not complaining, Bruce, especially since everything else is up. Smooth wake, laughing out loud. Fenville, especially the SPAC up for a few days, then drop. Case in point, Spire, ATI, PME. What are you going to do? The stocks go up and down. That's what they do. That's how they roll. We're up 198 on the Dow, pushing a 200-point gain. That's looking good. We're up 39 on S&P, and we're up 190 on NASDAQ. The market is expecting some really good numbers after the bell tonight, and the markets are showing confidence in earnings coming up from Apple and I believe Amazon after the bell. This should be interesting. We'll keep an eye on this. Yeah, very, very interesting to see what's going on here. Where are we at now? Rocket Lab up 54 cents to 13.38. SoFi 19.90 up 65 cents. Nice recovery from yesterday's bull. GameStop 181.65. Those contracts are worth $1.65. They have they have only 24 hours to go. Those 180 calls are looking good. Matterport, 1907 up 71 cents. ME, 52 cent lower, 1188. Spire, 584 down 36 cents. ATIP up 6 cents to 275. Smart Rent, 1297 up 9. And Sextera up a penny at 9.80 a share. That's where we're at here on this market. IBM up 32 cents. The Dow up 200. Microsoft up 66 cents. Apple up 3.60 a share. There you go. Let's see. What else is going on? A lamp is fine, folks. Uncle Bruce just had a freaking huge head. It's fine. To be fair, Spire was around 10 and jumped up almost to 20. And then run up was a few weeks. It was selling my calls for great profit during that time. Drop. John, yes, on blockchain. In fact, the first one solely in space, most likely the future climate fintech. I did a lot of research on Spire. And John, Uncle Bruce, is it too late to pick up the Apple call or bad idea? Long term, you're fine. But if you're picking up an Apple call for a couple of weeks only, you're playing with fire. If you're buying an Apple call into next summer, you're fine. You'll be fine. There you go. I like the upside of Apple, definitely. The minute-to-minute Apple aftermarket tonight, tomorrow, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, it'll fluctuate. You know how this goes. But Apple long-term, I like. Microsoft long-term, I like. Facebook, I still like Facebook long-term. I like it. Don't like the fact they're changing their name. I don't like how they're doing it. I don't like they're changing their symbol. It's stupid. It's just so stupid. Giving up on a multi-billion-dollar name recognition company, stupid. But that's just, I'm not of that generation, am I? But this is a stock channel, so no one wants to know the technology behind Spire. Nobody wants to know that. Well, we kind of get it. And we like it, and how's the stock going to do? That's what we want to do. We're playing the market. John is laughing. What are you going to do? Up a 191 on the Dow right now. Coming into the last 7 minutes of the day here. And Facebook to change its name to Meta. Who cares? That's what they're talking about on the CNBC. So what? We're down to 6 minutes 28 seconds. So what? Yeah, well, we'll just see what happens here. Rocket Lab, 1336 up 52. SoFi, 1986 up 61 cents. GameStop, 180, 184. Contracts are worth $1.84. Those are the 180s. Matterport 1905 up 69 cents. ME 1190, we're down 49. The low was 1165. That was just short of 11 this morning. We got up to 1238. We're now at 1192, down 48 cents. 3.1 million traded. ME turnover is much higher than in the past. I like it. Spire 583, down 37 cents. Low of the day 575. 2.1 million volume turnover. Good turnover is what you want. These shorters don't like it. The shorters do not want to see heavy Spire volume like this, but they're getting it, and it's going to make this stock run. That's my opinion. Matterport getting crushed at the end of the day, says Skull. I don't know about that. Crushed. I think so. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, do you think the good old days with those massive 40, 50, 60% runs on GameStop will return? Or have the shorts all pulled out? And this will be a regular boring stock now. Well, unless we trade 40 to 60 million a day, you're not going to get those kinds of moves. If GameStop trades less than 2 million shares a day, you're not going to get 40, 50, 60% moves on anything. You got to have serious stuff. Look at AMC. We were watching AMC a couple of months ago, went from $12 to $70. For that to happen, the stock had to trade 550 million shares a day for 5 days in a row. Look at AMC today. It's at $35 a share. It's trading 22 million. This is 5% of what it used to trade at. I mean, come on. It traded 20 times this much, more than 20 times this much stock. It's trading 22 million shares. The stock's not going anywhere with that kind of volume, and no one is. These shares have got to have hundreds of millions of shares of buying with speculators all over the place, and unless you attract them, you're not going to get that kind of movement. That's just the way it is. However, GameStop offers a wonderful opportunity to score lovely premium gains on option rights. And I say take advantage of the option writing opportunities on GameStop and on AMC. Absolutely. They're trying to rebrand because millennials and Gen Z are abandoning it as a reputation over people just ranting and raving about conspiracies. They're trying to clean their image. Yeah, well, good luck. Hi, Bruce. Where do you think GameStop's going the next couple of weeks? I'm just curious. I don't know, Bradley. Waiting for the company to talk. Any concerns for Apple short term in the next quarter or two due to chip shortage resulting? No, not worried about Apple. I used to think Twitter was the worst social media, but I would still rather use it than Facebook. Facebook is utter garbage now. Rudy drops a Family Garden. No hard feelings, bro. Feel free to share your insights. Keep the tech talk to a low so you don't lose our attention. Glad to have you here. Michael, I still have MySpace. I think I still have MySpace. Coyote Rudy, SEC reports hints that short positions are still not covered. Maybe not crushed, but it's been pretty consistent selling. Rudy, what makes you think shorts have pulled out? When did they pull out? And yet the price is 180, says Coyote. Goody, they were borrowing shares at 3. It's at 180. It's still not below 150 cents. What? April? Good luck covering. I don't follow very closely on Spire, so I'm misinformed on it. But I just averaged down on it to 582. What had caused Spire to go so low? I think it was a short attack. My personal opinion, that's what I think is going on. 580 is where it is right now, down 40 cents. Any news on ATIP? It's spiking. It's spiking. Is it really? It's up 6.5 cents. It's spiking. Rudy, no reason, just that the stock stuck around this level for a while now. Just a hypothesis. Is 636 working on getting 1,000 shares of SoFi? Right on. Adam, 206 contracts. Spire. Once it makes bank, I will rinse, wash, and repeat. Such a clear trend here without question. Rudy Coyote, thanks. Evan, diamond hands. There you have it. 1992 on SoFi. 1336 on Rocket Lab. We got 2 minutes to go here. We got GameStop at 182.43. The contracts have a 243 book value right now. Matterport 19 even, up 64 cents. ME at 11.98, down 42 cents. The low of the day 11.65. So we've come back 33 cents from the low on ME. Spire 5.79, ATIP 275.5, a Smart Rent 12.95, Sextera 9.82. I lost $100 not watching for a few minutes. I'm back, and I made that $100 back. Also, I used the pull out method for 15 a year straight flawlessly. I have no idea what this means. The smartest guy in tech was Tom from MySpace. He cashed out like 100, 200 million and retired in a tropical paradise. He knew lightning ain't going to strike twice. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, fair point on the volumes with GameStop. What would lead to high trading volumes? Can't just be retail investors. Folks like me and the others, correct. We got to have news. Rudy, I don't know. The SEC's report showed the shorts disappeared in January and they didn't cause a price run. Pretty sure they flipped the SI into options plays to mask it. Squeeze still hasn't happened. And now with the digital marketplace on the cusp, oh boy, Larry, the bells are ringing, Bruce. It's happening. It's all over. We're down to 50 odd minutes, 50 seconds. We're finished. 1,000 Spire at 576. Let's go. The stock market is a whole other animal. When do I get in? How do I get out? Oops, I'm early today, says Larry. I'm early. Oh, no, not the bells. Dude, Tom is amazing. He has a traveling the world, taking awesome photography ever since retired in his 30s. What a legend. I'll be at the right time this time. Uncle Bruce, get to the comment. Delivers actually being covered soon. Be volume AM stay. Failure to deliver actually being covered instead of being hidden would be the volume in Gamestop. We are getting ready to shut this thing down here. The last minute, we are rolling. We're at 1336, up 52 on Rocket Lab. SoFi, 1991. GameStop, 182.87, up 936 today. Matterport, 18.99. ME, 11.98. Spire, 5.79. Coming around. Argyle. Is that true, Uncle Bruce? As the squeeze squoze. Wow, my Spire limit order at 5.74 didn't hit. Michael, your order blocked me out. Bells are going now, says Larry. Have a great night, Bruce, says Sharon. Thank you so much. People are clapping. We are at the bell right now. Binging, dinging, ringing. And we're getting ready now for Apple earnings. That's what we're waiting for. The big one is Apple, waiting to see what's going to happen on the market, on the aftermarket, on that stock. The Dow closed with a nice gain, a strong close, 239 up move. That reversed yesterday's 250-point loss practically. How about that? The S&P up 44, NASDAQ up 212. I think NASDAQ has set a new record today. New record high close for NASDAQ tonight. Dow and S&P, I'm not sure. S&P might be a new record high. I don't think the Dow's got a record high today. It's getting close though. Definitely moving in. Dow Jones, it's a 729 and the high is 892. So we still have a ways to go to get the Dow back for its record, but it had a very strong finish tonight. Looking very good. A Rocket Lab with a 53-cent gain, 13.37. Give me 10 days like that. We're at 18, 19 bucks a share. SoFi up 66 cents to 19.91. Give me 10 days like that. We're at $26, $27. GameStop up to 182.92, up 9.41. Give me 10 days like that, and we're at 280 bucks a share. Hello. Matterport, $19, up 64 cents. Give me 10 days like that, and 26 bucks a share. ME, 11.99. Don't give me 10 days like this. We're down 41 cents. Spire, 5.79, down 41 cents. Don't give me 10 days like that. ATIP up 6.5 cents to 2.75. Why don't you give me 10 days with 50 cents a day? How about that? Smrt Rent down 2 cents when it was all said and done today. It gave it all back to close at 12.86. Sextera, unchanged, 9.79. AMC up 48 cents. Robinhood up 3 cents. Vanik up $5. Home Depot down 32 cents. IBM up 72 cents. The Dow up 239. Microsoft up $1.11. Apple was up today 3.72, and it's unchanged in the aftermarket right now. That is where we're at le moment, and I'm going to pop Apple up here to keep an eye on it to see what it will do on the aftermarket. Apple Inc. Incorporated. And Amazon.com, something just went through. I'm not sure what it said. I'm trying to keep an eye on all this. Earnings alert. Earnings alert on CNBC. Amazon misses 612 versus 892. What happened with Amazon? I don't know. Let's take a look for Amazon. AMZN. Amazon. In the aftermarket, down $84. Amazon, 110 billion revenue versus 111. That was estimated on the street. They did not deliver, and they're down $89 a share, down 2.5% in value on Amazon. That's going to hit the old NASDAQ tomorrow morning if this stays here. The Amazon Web Services revenue was higher from 15.4 billion estimate to 16.1 billion. They delivered there, but Amazon is missing on one of their units or more, probably because of COVID, people shopping themselves rather than waiting to order everything through Amazon only. We're down now $66 a share on Amazon, 1.9%. .com earnings estimate miss. 612 profit versus 892 estimated profit for Amazon. Remember, Amazon was trading at 60 times earnings going into this market, going into the close here. This will be interesting. Online storage revenue 49.4 versus 51 billion estimate. So they were short on online, but web services did beat. I think web services makes them more profit though than stores does. I think they make more money on one versus the other, but I just guessing. What is the dealio here? Waiting for other news, especially Apple. That's what we're waiting for. Is Apple? Apple right now 151.32 is where we're at, down $1. And with Amazon, let me take a look over here. I'll get Amazon up here. Here it is. We were up 54 on the day, but we're now down 144 in the aftermarket on Amazon. Amazon getting hit even more, now down $144 a share, losing the 54 it gained and adding an $80 drop on top of that, or 90 practically. $3,305 a share, taking a hit in the aftermarket, down 4% for Amazon. Very interesting on that. I noticed this morning too. Was it eBay? There was talk about eBay not quite doing what they were doing before. COVID, malls reopening, and people shopping on their own, and all that kind of stuff. Kind of curious about that. Interesting. Let's see here. Thank you, by the way, for the 202 thumbs ups tonight. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Helps. And we have a new member, Thomas Fry. Thank you, Thomas, for kicking in, coming in here, either renewing or joining up for the first time. I'm glad you could make it. Amazon down 147, down 151 now, down 156. Apple's off 51 cents. We haven't heard Apple's numbers yet, but Amazon missed on their numbers. Should be interesting to see how this plays out. Right now, Starbucks is down 232, extended hours down 2%. Don't think we've heard numbers from Starbucks yet. We're waiting on that one. Thomas, I'm glad you're here and you've joined us. Fantastic. Rob, my 180 covered call expires tomorrow. I wrote for 305, ends with a $4 bid. Let's hope tomorrow it opens at $2 and takes a hit. Rob, not to worry. You're sitting on a stock that's in the money, but only $2.92 in the money. So a little pullback. If this Amazon thing upsets the market and everything drops a little to start, you might see GameStop down $3-4 a share. You're at 50-70 cents on these contracts. You're laughing, so not to worry. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for tomorrow. So am I. Could be exciting. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, I read that the IBM Kyndryl split will be 1-for-1 in stock. I'm not sure if it's 5-to-1 or 1-to-1. I heard it was 5 IBM gets you 1 Kyndryl. That's what I had heard. That's what I heard. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Sosha says, Spire really had a high of the day at the opening, very close to the bottom at the end. It was a weird day. How are the shares doing? How are the options doing? Michael, my options are still up on Spire. They barely moved, even with the down dip on the stock. Hello. Rob, Cheddar, technically, yes, it's selling for $1 more than what I sold it for. So I wanted to close the position, would cost me more than I got for it. But by tomorrow, the time decay will make it absolutely worth less. So if I just wait, I can buy it back tomorrow. Nicely done, Rob. You know it, Rob. You know what you're doing there. You're on the right track, buddy. We're going to watch it with you, of course. And here we go. Here's another contract, another move here. Great Gig says, Rob, I just bought back the same contract for a slight loss, and I rolled it into 190 for next week at $4. That's what I did. Spire is tomorrow. Vash, it's pretty spot on, Bruce, because the same with Microsoft. Their cloud service is so good that even competition uses it because it's so great. Let's see. I wish I bought some puts on Amazon. What a fail. Amazon is down 111 now, and Apple is down 114, and we're still waiting for Apple to speak. That should be coming soon. Earnings alert coming through right now. Starbucks earnings per share beats $1 adjusted versus a 99-cent expected revenue. Starbucks beats revenue is missing just below 8.2 billion expected, 8.15 billion generated, but the stock is down only 69 cents. It was down $2. Their earnings are higher, 112.90 on Starbucks, down 24 cents, now down 14 cents at 113 a share. Starbucks getting a bit of a boost on the aftermarket in the initial seconds after their release of earnings. $1 a share adjusted earnings versus 99 cents estimated. Beat the street there. Stock is now down 14 cents at 113 bucks on the nose. Amazon still down $126 a share, or 3.7% is where Amazon's stock is right now. All right. Interesting. Waiting for Apple. That's what we're waiting on. That's the big one. Let's see what's going on. Cheddar says, I would think you could easily make out on that trade tomorrow then by watching the stock is always going down, laughing out loud. Rob, great gig. I'll wait to see what happens tomorrow morning before I roll over. Let's see. You'll get, Michael, you should get one Kendall for every 5 IBM you held as of the 25th of October. Let's see. More comments. Smooth wake, great gig. I'm waiting to see what the stock does tomorrow before rolling. Good chance it relaxes back under 180. Rob, I'll either buy it back and roll over into a higher strike, or I'll buy it back for cheaper than $3 if the stock drops. Exactly. I'm breaking even on my Spire option, says Ratish. In the similar, Daniel, I'm in a similar boat on the 180s. Max Payne at 175. A lot of pressure to cover. FTD expiration today. They'll short it tomorrow. I was going to buy more Apple calls, but I held off and I bought Spire instead. Let's see. Nabbed GameStop after hours for 178, baby, in the after hours. GameStop just dropped $3 on the aftermarket, apparently. Amazon still down $136 a share. GameStop is trading at 180.50, down 242 in the aftermarket. Good news for option writers. Uncle Bruce, on covered calls, can one get assigned with still a week or 10 days to go, as theoretically the call buyer could exercise? Yes, could, but rare, but could. Why would Amazon drop? Because of Amazon? I'm not sure. Let's see. The in the money, they can exercise anytime. Let's see. Yeah, if they do, they can, but you get bought out. You just buy the stock back, write contracts all over again. Keep on going. The hit squad back on Spire today. We're waiting for Apple down $1.07 in the aftermarket. Waiting to see when the stock's going to start. The company's going to release their earnings. Apple should be coming out in the not too distant future, maybe the next 10 minutes. We'll wait to see what's going on. I would love to have seen Spire take off today, but I picked up another 150 with a cost basis of 586 now, totaling 700 shares and 3 $5 strike calls for May 22. Nice going, quick sick, nice move. I think that's the way to go. GameStop 180, 187, down $1.05 in the aftermarket, getting some gyrations there. Amazon in the aftermarket is down $134 to $3,312. Waiting now for Apple to release their numbers in the after hours. We're down $112 on the stock at $151.50 a share, down $1.07. Okay, that's where we're at, and we'll see where we're going. Well, what made you say GameStop would probably drop tomorrow morning because of Amazon? Well, I'm just saying that if Amazon's, if the thinking out there is that e-commerce is backing off because of the comeback of shopping by people in person, could that spill over into a stock like GameStop being perceived more and more as an e-commerce company? I'm not saying it's going to happen. And I'm not saying GameStop is just an e-commerce company, but I'm kind of wondering about the mood of the market. We may find that it's a mixed opening tomorrow. We have Amazon lower, maybe Apple higher, maybe not. Could that cause GameStop to give up a couple of bucks? Because we had a $9 gain today on GameStop. Giving up $2 or $3 of this gain tomorrow morning, first hour, would not be unreasonable to expect, just on profit taking. But we'll see how the markets, overall react. That's what I was getting at. Tim Apple better bring the goods. So Apple earnings could make it a banger of a Christmas. Bruce, you're getting a present too. Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. This is so fun. Even when I was up 60% in June, then down 40% in August, and now I'm up 25% again, says Cheddar. My heart, I tell you, this is a casino, and I've made some mistakes along the way. Just want to say thanks for all that advice earlier. I had to jump into a meeting, and I rolled it back. Way to go, Roach on a tree. Coyote, I will buy more if it dips tomorrow. I like this price range a lot. There you go. We're down 129 on Amazon. Apple right now showing a loss of 97 cents. Not much going on yet on Apple. We're waiting for the Apple report. Starbucks down 189 now, a little lower. Lucid gained $7 on the day. Final closing, and that's aftermarket included. The only way Apple's numbers will be bad is if the chip shortages hurt them. I just bought 2 new iPhones, watches, and iPad 5 total for the year, and oh my gosh. You're helping to make a lot of money. There is no doubt about that. Well, we'll see. Bama Babe 124 is what is expected on Apple. And Cheddar, there's no way Apple doesn't make a ton of money going into Christmas here. No way they don't. I would imagine that every supplier will do everything they can to deliver Apple product for Apple. They want to keep their number one customer happy. Forsake all others, I'm sure. Apple down $1.06, 151.53 as we wait for the earnings to be released from the company. On CNBC, they're talking about Amazon. They're still talking about the fallout because of things like you just said, Christina. What's that? You sheep? I don't know what that means. Apple TV has to be a cash cow too. Yes, Apple has those other features going on. Many sources of income coming in for Apple that will continue to shine. We'll see how this plays more. How this plays out going forward. All right. Right on. They're talking about Amazon. I still have an iPhone 7 Plus. I know I'm not helping here. Michael, gotta run. Have a good one, Bruce and all. Thank you, Michael. You take care. Andy, Bruce, do you think SoFi will pick a certain day of the week to make their bank charter announcement? Do you think they would announce it on a Friday? They will announce it the minute it happens. There will be no delay. There's none of this. Oh, we found out Monday morning that we got the charter. We'll wait till Thursday afternoon to tell the market. No. They do not want to risk any lawsuits from hotshot law firms that are going to go after class action lawsuit activity when they find out, oh, you knew about the bank charter and sat on it for 3 days? We're suing you guys. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to release it the minute it happens. I suspect they won't even release it. I think it'll come out of whatever agency gives them the bank charter. It'll just be an announcement through a government whatever, and it'll be picked up by the street. And by the time SoFi announces it, we'll already know about it. That's how I think this is going to go down. Does anyone use Apple TV, though? Anyone here? Media love Apple, so they will talk them up, unlike GameStop, where they write articles that $1 billion in the bank won't last long. Apple TV stinks, and so does their arcade. I like Apple except these 2 products. Can't believe how Apple fails to get good games in their game service. Larry, I just picked up an Apple credit card and about to buy a top-of-the-line new MacBook Pro, Apple Watch, and iPhone 13 Pro. Already bought the new AirPods. Still in line for a PlayStation 5 too, says Liz. Cheddar, yes, tomorrow's the day SoFi goes to $32. This was the background. Bruce, there is a couch behind you. So when you fulfill my prophecy and jump up, don't forget that couch. There you go. They're still advertising Crossy Road from like 2014 as a killer app arcade game. That sounds about right, says Auntie. Let's see. The media's coverage of GameStop is all I need to know that this is the right way. Just makes me buy more despite their lies. Nathan, Apple TV Plus user here. Ted Lasso is amazing. Obama Babe, yes, I watch Apple TV. Adam, I'm almost positive SoFi has the charter already. It's been a year to date since the announcement for it. I think the only thing holding back the announcement is that Reddick lawsuit. I don't know about that. Robinhood also uses AWS. Loopring LRC is starting to move, probably on possible GameStop partnership. Not even sure GameStop's digital marketplace will use LRC, but it's likely benefiting from any and all of the attention. Remember how Facebook hired some creepy mobile gaming guy? And the media was practically making out with Facebook over the news. GameStop hires Amazon, Chewy, blockchain devs, proven winners, and they talk smack. Dave, Nathan Wilson, Ted Lasso made me laugh harder and cry harder in one episode than I have ever. Apple, they make good products, but my house is all Android, so much easier for HTPC, PC gaming, and everything. I did buy an iPhone for my mom, though. Obama Babe, Ted Lasso was my favorite show. Almost everything these days uses AWS. Associates, what the hell is up with everyone buying Apple products left and right? Do you guys have iShovels and iBeer too? Liz, I immediately bought some Loop Ring when Uncle Bruce mentioned it this afternoon at 45 cents. The Yank Coyote, yep, the FUD, the broadcast is nuts. Over the weekend, I had an article saying stay away from GameStop. Then another one saying AMC is a good long-term bet. Huh? Laugh out loud. AB, this Amazon secret shopping spree thing where they set up a tent or something near you to sell products at a random location advertised. PS5 available now. As soon as I click the link, sold out. There you go. Coyote, remember when GameStop was at $40 and they said GameStop was over? This is what they pay these professionals big bucks for. There you go. Amazon still down 148. Apple down 29 cents. We're still waiting for Apple reports coming out. Like 15 seconds after I got the email to pay for them to hold one. Apple is a fashion statement now and status symbol. Yes, iBeer. Yep, they want people to stay away from buying GameStop. It's very telling. Dave, have you noticed or have you watched C or the morning show? If not, highly recommended. Yep, going to 20 fast. $148 down dip on Amazon. Apple now down 22 cents. Waiting for Apple to come out with earnings. CNBC's in a commercial and iBourbon. Let's get some iBourbon. Down $150 on Amazon. $3,296 a share. That's where we're at here. Waiting for Apple to announce. Down 19 cents on the aftermarket on 2.1 million volume at the moment. That is the deal. Holiday forecast disappoints from Amazon sending stock south. I think Amazon shares were priced for perfection, 60 times earnings, super priced for perfection, and you don't deliver, you get crushed, and that's what we got right now. But I'll tell you something, $144 a share, it's 4%. It's not like it's down 25% in value, kids. It's only a 4% drop. No big whoop here. Coda on Apple TV will stab you right in whatever that means. Dave, Nathan, I'm an Apple guy. I try to watch all the new content. The production value exceeds any other competitor. Nell Stradamus, yeah, lots of people don't understand the new startup that's being built with GameStop with all the A+ talent. Giga Beer. Socius Lobo, I don't even think they make good products, but I did make sure my mom bought an iPhone. Don't want her to be smartphone tech support over the phone. Introducing the new UB service, iBruce. Ted Lasso's great. Americans like a show about soccer and kindness. Go figure. Updates will be names. iBruce Almighty. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I wrote a GameStop 185 for the 26th of November covered call. I got 1306 in premium. It's just amazing. Thank you. Way to go, man. Way to go. That's awesome. That is cool. I'm happy about this. AB, lots of companies have stupid names. Amazon? What is that? A river? A very tall woman? I mean, Gavin Belson. I mean, what is that? We're down 143 on Amazon. We're down 27 cents on Apple. We're waiting for Apple's earnings to come out. We might have them at the bottom of the hour. We'll see. Bruce, what do you want for your present? Some new AirPods? What do you want? I have no idea. Why can't my mom be as computer savvy as Uncle Bruce? How about that? Let's see. Mirko, be careful. Digital marketplace news could be next week if the countdown theory holds up. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on Netflix stock? I haven't liked it. And it's gone up, but I haven't liked it. Lobos, we could only wish. I also got 2 pairs of AirPods this year, laughing out loud. Otherwise, November 26th, the next SLD period might be a better time to hold calls than to sit on covered calls. We're down 148 on Amazon. We're down 53 cents on Apple. We're waiting on Apple to come out. I'm showing Apple up $3 on CNBC's tracker right now. CNBC is showing Apple up $3 a share right here, right now. What is it doing? Is this true or not? I still show it down 87 cents. Kind of weird to see Apple showing a $3 gain on CNBC's tracker, and I'm showing it down 87 cents. Now, I will admit to this. Apple was up 370 on the day today. The aftermarket on Apple, it's down 79 cents. That's why it's doing what it's doing. Okay, fine. Waiting on earnings alert for Apple as they are talking on CNBC. What do we got here? News update. Okay, they're giving us news updates. Thank you very much. Let's see. I can always roll, I guess, but thanks for the reminder, says Mirko. Way to go. Let's see. What's SLD? What's SLD? Let's see. Don't worry about your covered calls. Just roll it if you need be. I don't know how rolling will work if the price really ramps. Some Apple earnings bang. Then SoFi Charter announces tomorrow. Rocket Lab goes to 15. Smart Rent goes to 15. That's all I need tomorrow. That's it. What a day it could be. Daniel Beware, 1124 on GameStop for writing covered calls. It's a quarterly run on options and how the shorters are hiding their true short position. See historic runs, February, May, August. Rudy, we're all going to be rolling so much. We should be in Jamaica rolling the real stuff and getting high. Apple will be announcing quarter number 4 at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's another 35 minutes, they claim. Well, we'll see if that's happening or not. We'll see what's going on. We're down $159 on Amazon, and Apple aftermarket down 89 cents. That's where we're at. Yeah. What can we say? Fun times. Okay. Fun times till Daddy takes the T-bird away. Yeah. What will Apple do when they announce their numbers? Will they have a blockbuster run, a real big one? What's going on? Man, Uncle Bruce, why is it that we're so spoiled that even on a day when our stocks come back, sort of, we want more? I love riding these waves with Matterport and SoFi. If timed right, you can make some nice cash. Yes, you can. Rudy, I can do two things at once, laughing out loud. I am always 24/7, says Cheddar Stags. 24/7, I'm always. 162.50 is the drop on Amazon. 162.50 now to 32.84. Apple down 78 cents. There it is. U.S. government's in financial settlement talks with families separated at the southern border. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's see. Waiting to hear and wondering what the dealio is on Apple, and waiting to find out what the numbers are going to be. Watching the aftermarket trading here as best as we can. A business idea, fart rent. You can rent someone to blame your flatulence on. They pretend that they're your friend and they take the blame, amplify this economy. For every social interaction, social fail. There's opportunities. I got more oil than OPEC, says Cheddar Stacks, such as perhaps Amazon should make a reverse split at this price. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, you missed my question earlier. Are you and Jen never going back to BA? Never going back to BA. Where's BA? Where's BA? What's going on? Are you never going back to BA? What does that mean? Lorena, her name is Lorena, and she hates stocks. That's my mom. She's saying Uncle Bruce talks too much. Don't listen to her, Uncle Bruce. I mean, you want me to sing instead? I mean, you want me to dance? I'm on like 3 hours in the morning. You want to just sit here and kind of go? IBM. Gamestop. Is that what I should do? I don't know. What should I do? Apple coming up for 4:30. They say, Rudy, it's quarterly cycle behind the price burst in May, June, August. Let's see. British Alberta. What does that mean? The post about it on Super Stocks. You can keep rolling if the stock ramps up. Facebook announced a change of their name to Meta. Thoughts? Don't like it. Don't like. I already talked about that. Don't like it. Apple down 47 cents, waiting for Apple's financials to come out. British America, for is wondering, well, where's BA? Cheddar, tell your mom that I'm taking her out for a nice seafood dinner and never calling her again. Uncle Bruce, I meant British Columbia, BC. That's what I meant. Are you never going back to BC? That's what it is. Liz, give it away. If Bruce talks too much, y'all hate me. Someone got paid $1 million a year plus stock options to come with that terrible name. I believe you're right. Baja, Alaska. Jen and I will unlikely live in British Columbia for the foreseeable future. We're really, we're more likely to eventually settle down in Calgary, Alberta, simply because that's where we've lived most of our adult lives. Our daughter is there. Most of our friends are there. British Columbia was nice. We lived in my mother and father's house that we purchased from my mother's estate back in 2016. We were in the home for 5 years, and we sold it, and now the house is no longer part of the family anymore. And it was a great house, and we enjoyed it. My mom and dad enjoyed it very much, and time to move on. And now we are technically homeless right now. We don't own a property. We don't rent any apartment anywhere. We're in this condo till the end of the year. We're here till the end of the year. And we then have to figure out, where are we going to be in January? Where are we going to be? There's travel coming up, definitely. There will be cruising, likely. There might be all-inclusive resort type living, maybe. There might be all-inclusive condo renting type. Yeah. We'll let you know when we know. You'll know. Right now, we don't know. We'll keep you posted. We're down 12 cents on Apple. Waiting Apple's earnings. Everyone's on the screen there. They're ready. Apple should be coming out at any moment now. This is why we love you, Bruce. You try to cater even to the weirdest of your audience. I'm going to join Meta so they can metadata mine me. Oh, wait. Apple's conference call to discuss fourth financials is scheduled for 5 o'clock. All right, Rudy. Bruce knows more than me, but I don't think rolling would work during Motherwell short squeezes or super parabolic price moves. If you look at how options were, and oh my gosh. Sunshine Coast is one of my favorite areas. What does that even mean, Lobo Blaster? Uncle Bruce, can we move? Can we W Lobster Blaster? Sounds better, easier on the tongue. I'm going to move to Nunavut and pay $500 for toilet paper. I think I was closest, British Alberta. Where is Austin packing his stuff? He woke his wife up for the Aspire squeeze this morning, but boy, is he in trouble. I sort of tend to agree with you. You mean because no one would be so deep in the money and massively in the red because no one gets signed. I just lost the money. Yikes. My 180 GameStop November 5 cover calls in the money. Am I going to get taken out? Buy back now? What? Wait. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Smooth make. All options are relatively in price. Rolling out is always possible. So far, Apple tanking at the moment. Apple down $6. Here we go. Apple down $6.50 a share. They got $190 billion in the bank. A slight drop to a new 7-year low. Stock down $6.66 a share. What's going on Apple? What's happening? Here we go. The numbers must be out. They must be out. Earnings per share, 124 versus 124 estimate. They matched their numbers. They didn't beat them. Maybe the market was looking for more. Revenues missed. 84.8 expected, 83.3 billion delivered. There's the issue. Apple fails to beat earnings per share estimate for the first time since 2016, and down goes the stock, $7.35 a share. They should have called Facebook Zuck. You got zucked. Apple just took a dump. Yeah, if you sold 200 cover calls now for $1,500, you have to pay $9,000 to buy it back or something like that. Apple just fell $7 and is still following. Go look at that Apple drop. It's going down. Going to get me some tomorrow. I'll laugh aloud. I held those calls. Apple and Amazon are cash buckets for short bears. They're extracting money from something. When you get a message on Zuck Messenger, I sent you a Zuck. Did you check your Zucks? I was looking for more. Who thought about this colors? Laughing out loud. No, they should have called Suck. Hey, Brucey, do you think I should swap my broccoli for cauliflower? I'm a real mess when it comes to these vegetable derivatives, olive oil included, says Mr. T. Oh, man. Well, we got chip shortages and got disruptions in Asia, they say. Apple services are higher, 18.2 versus 17.6. Chip shortages, supply chain issues are being blamed on Apple not beating the street. Our stocks may go up tomorrow, laugh out loud. We'll see what happens. Amazon down $182. Apple down $673 to $145.85. That is where we're at right here, right now. Apple service revenue 18.2 versus 17.6 billion. Apple, Tim Cook says we expect very solid year-over-year revenue growth. We expect supply constraints to be greater than the September quarter. We're projecting very solid year-over-year revenue growth, all-time record quarter for Apple, says Tim Cook. So they're not worried over there. I don't think they should be worried. I would not be worried. I would use this dip as an opportunity on Apple. If they give you one, you grab it, kids. Grab the dip and jump in there on some nice long calls if you get the chance tomorrow morning. Down 657 at 145.86. Volume 3.3 million now in the aftermarket. Apple Mac revenues 9.1 billion versus 9.2 estimated revenues, and that's because they're shifting out. The iMac Pro is coming up with a new model starting now. My daughter just ordered one. Of course, the numbers are a bit lower. That's what was expected. Down 689 at 145.50, down 707 now, down 737, down 757, 144.91 on Apple. There you go. There's where we're at. Puts on dip. All right, looks like I'm packing my stuff. If Austin comes back, tell him we can live on beach somewhere. Who needs money? Oh, Apple. Is Apple the new ATIP? Uncle Bruce, my wife had an extra 1,000. I told her to put it into Spire or ME, and she put it into SHIB. Now she's down 30%. Looks like Apple calls will be cheap tomorrow. Gonna buy a few late 2022. Ritesh, Uncle Bruce, I love how chip shortages are being blamed by everybody, and Tesla is like, meh, we're still good, and then crushes earnings. Oh, no, she put 1,000 into SHIB at an all-time high. She's going to have a bad time. Larry Lewis, Uncle Bruce, you can gloat now. You've been preaching about the supply problems, but some of us, some of the knuckleheads on here thought it was the ranking of the ranting of an old man. I think what Uncle Bruce means is when the stock rallies, and in your example, you would roll over, say, 3,000 or 4,000, taking a loss of 5,000. You would keep rolling until you cancel out losses. All this talk of chip shortages led me to load up on potato futures 3 months ago. Turns out I fried my account. Laughing out loud, Mr. T. I invested in a vacuum tube factory due to the chip shortage. Who's laughing now? Rudy, but you'd have to sell your ability to sell to a later date. The price won't hold at crazy numbers. You'd miss the mother of all short squeezes. You guys are talking theory all day long. Go ahead, talk theory all you want. Amazon has changed their name to Sears. You heard it here first. They're going to be called Sears now. Cheddar, Rudy Giuliani sends personal video messages on Cameo for like $300 each nowadays. Maybe that could be something to consider. Maybe I should do that. I should do personal messages for $300 each. That'd be pretty good. I could make some good money doing that. With all these price movements, I think I'm going to invest in a microbrew. Cheddar definitely would get an OnlyFans before that. I'll make more. Guys, if you don't hear from me tomorrow, it's because there's a foul play and my wife did it. She's mad at me for blasting her on here. Credit Savage, you're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. Down 177 on Amazon, down $6.68 on Apple. Right here, right now, that's where we're at. Fails to meet, but I think they got $6 billion in backed up orders that they couldn't book because of shortages. And so they would have beat the street. They would have beat the numbers. But the shortages, of course, people will not buy something else because they can't get an Apple. They'll just wait for the Apple, and it'll have a better quarter next quarter. That's all of it. Lavro Associates, Cheddar Stacks. Let's see. At least it was you that was doing the blasting, Mr. Savage. We're down 7 on Apple. We're down 177 on Amazon. So look for a lower opening tomorrow. But for our stocks, we could have a good day. You know how our stocks roll. They go the opposite of the market sometimes. You should do voice work for TV cartoons. You'd be pretty good at it. You're in California. They got auditions. You could do that. Yeah, let me squeeze that into my 24-hour, 7-day-a-week day. Let me see what I can do about that. Squeeze in some other stuff. Oh, my gosh. SEC is probing Senator Richard Burr for possible insider trading over pandemic stock sales. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Stocks down 7 on Apple now. Apple drops on earnings. There you have it. There you go. That's the dealio. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Let's see if it has any follow through here. Rudy, the Yankee, right? In my example, I assume the stock would remain at those high levels. Oh, they're still talking about theory. Let's see here. What else is going on? An audible narrator, an audible narrator. I don't know what that means. I should get into the private message business. Would you like to have a private message from me to you, and you'd pay me $300 for it? I could do something like that. How about 1 or 2 minute private message for $300? That'd be pretty good. I wouldn't mind making that kind of money. Apple drops on earnings as the headline at CNBC. There you go. They made 124. The estimate was 124. They made exactly what the street thought they would make. Auntie says, no, I don't want to pay $300 for a private message from you. Thank you, Bruce, but no. Oh, okay. Yeah, just ask it. People are suggesting it. Reading novels for Audible authors, etc. That's what you should do. You should read author. You should read books. All I know is that as soon as SoFi pops to 22, I'm selling all my calls, all 140 calls. I'm going to dump them all. Auntie's laughing. Very good. Auntie speaks for everybody. No, I'm not. We're not paying you $300 for private messages. Look, I'm trying to get rich here. I'm trying to find ways to make money. Can a guy dream? What can I say? U.S. Steel up $1.51, $24.89 in the aftermarket. I know somebody that watches U.S. Steel. Interesting. Perhaps Bruce should have people put him to eat a bagel live. Have people put him to eat a bagel live. Should have people put him. Interesting. Pay him to eat a bagel live. Maybe that's a good idea. I could do that. Bruce, when you're stateside, are folks able to tell you're Canadian? Generally, yeah, I'd say so. The Crunch already have my sell orders in. Oscar is laughing. We're down 169 on Amazon. We're down 7 on Apple here. We get personal messages singing and dancing to Yoko Ono for free here. Difficult to imagine a better deal. We've been spoiled, bros. We've been spoiled. I got to start charging for Yoko Ono sing-along lessons. That's what I got to do here. Larger than expected supply constraints, says Tim Cook. Larger than expected. There you go. Bruce's Bagels. Bruce's Bagels. There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to pack it in. I'm pooped. I'm done. I'm finished. My day here is done. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you made some money today, and maybe we can make some more tomorrow. Those of you writing options on GameStop and everything else, let's see what we can have happen tomorrow. Hopefully you'll make a pile of dough tomorrow. That'll be just fine. Create your own brand, Bruce. I would pay to hear you sing Yoko through about $1.50, though. About $1.50. That's about it, though. There you go. Have a great day. Have a good one, Uncle B. You guys have a great night. Stay healthy for me, and enjoy the evening. And let's see how the markets react in the pre-market tomorrow. We'll see at 8:30 if you're at Smooth Wake. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs ups. If you've thrown any my way, 241 of them. For the afternoon show. Thank you for the 241 thumbs up. So Apple now down 634. It's coming back a little bit. We're not as bad off as we were. Now we're down to 146 again. So I don't know what to make of that. We're jumping around. Have a great one, everybody. Take care. Sorry, Cheddar. Next time, bud. Thanks, Bruce, TTFN, GLFHF. I don't know what that means. Have a good one, Brucey. Take care. I'm going to throw up some emojis here. Let's throw up some of those neat emojis to say goodnight. Here we go. The neat emojis are coming, everybody. Here we go. This is going to make all our stocks go up tomorrow morning. There will be no question about that. 256 thumbs ups. Thank you for those. Here come the neat emojis in appreciation for the thumbs ups. And let's see if the markets will go up higher for us tomorrow. Neat, 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 neat. You can't have a down day when this happens. You can't. It's impossible to have a down day when the neat emojis are coming out like this. This is insane, baby. It's going to happen. The neat emojis are happening across the board. Everybody getting into it. Fun, fun, till daddy takes the T-bird away. Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care. Bye for now.